Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fuse Chronicles channel. Today, we're diving into the latest episode of As the Executive Orders Turn, starring none other than President Donald Trump. Grab your popcorn, because this one's a blockbuster. In a move that surprised absolutely no one, President Trump has kicked off his second term with a series of executive orders targeting immigration. It's like the sequel we didn't ask for but got anyway. Let's break down the plot, shall we? First up, the president has declared a national emergency at the southern border. Because nothing says urgent like a problem that's been around for decades. This declaration paves the way for deploying troops to the border and resuming the construction of that infamous wall. You know, the one that's supposed to be big, beautiful, and apparently, still unfinished. Back in the halcyon days of 2019, President Donald Trump declared a national emergency to fund his much-anticipated border wall. This allowed him to reallocate funds from the Department of Defense, because who needs military construction when there's a wall to build? Fast forward to January 20, 2025, and history decided to repeat itself. President Trump reinstated the national emergency at the southern border through an executive order. The administration cited a litany of concerns: cartels, criminal gangs, known terrorists, human traffickers, smugglers, unvetted military-age males from foreign adversaries, and illicit narcotics. It's a wonder they didn't throw in Godzilla for good measure. In response to this dire situation, the Secretary of Defense was directed to deploy additional personnel to the border, including members of the armed forces and the National Guard. Because nothing says welcome to America like a military convoy. To fund these initiatives, the administration planned to divert $8 billion from various sources, including $3.6 billion from military construction projects. After all, who needs schools and hospitals when there's a wall to erect? Unsurprisingly, this move was met with a flurry of lawsuits. 16 states, led by California, challenged the declaration, arguing it violated the separation of powers. The Sierra Club and ACLU also joined the legal fray, because what's a national emergency without a courtroom drama? Democrats labeled the declaration as unconstitutional and an abuse of power, while some Republicans expressed concerns about setting a dangerous precedent. It's almost as if bypassing Congress to fund pet projects could have unintended consequences. Who knew? As of now, the national emergency remains a contentious issue, with ongoing legal battles and political debates. One thing is certain: when it comes to the southern border, the only wall we can count on is the wall of text in the latest legal brief. For those seeking more information, the White House has helpfully provided a fact sheet, because nothing says transparency like a carefully curated list of talking points. In the end, the National Emergency Declaration serves as a potent reminder of the delicate balance between executive authority and legislative oversight. Or, as some might put it, a masterclass in how to keep lawyers gainfully employed. But wait, there's more. The administration has also disabled the CBP One app. President Trump has decided to pull the plug on a tool that was actually helping migrants schedule asylum appointments in an orderly fashion, with a view to schedule border crossings. Because in 2025, who needs technology to manage complex issues? Let's just go back to the good old days of paperwork and long lines. This decision has left countless migrants stranded, their hopes dashed as their appointments vanished into thin air. But let's not forget, this is all part of a grand strategy to declare a national emergency at the southern border and ramp up deportations, because nothing says welcome like a swift boot out the door. So, while the CBP One app was busy bringing order to the process, the administration has opted for the good old-fashioned method of confusion and uncertainty. After all, why fix what's working when you can break it instead? Now, on to the main event, mass deportations. The administration has set ambitious targets, aiming for over 1,000 daily arrests by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, with goals to reach between 1,200 to 1,500. It's like setting a New Year's resolution but with higher stakes. These efforts are focused on sanctuary cities and individuals on pre-existing target lists. Sanctuary cities like New York, Chicago, and Boston have become the unexpected hosts of these surprise parties. So, if you're undocumented and living in a city that values inclusivity, watch out. Big Brother is coming to a neighborhood near you. Not to be outdone, community activists in Chicago's Little Village have turned the tables, creating rapid response networks to monitor U.S. immigration and customs enforcement movements, proving that neighborhood watch programs are more versatile than ever imagined. Meanwhile, the Trump administration is sweetening the deal for local sheriffs by proposing to lower detention standards, hoping more will join the crackdown. Because nothing says partnership like compromising on quality. In a plot twist, TV host Dr. Phil joined ICE operations in Chicago, perhaps aiming to mediate between officers and detainees. Because when it comes to deportation, who better to consult than a daytime television psychologist? The president has also attempted to end birthright citizenship through an executive order. Because who needs the 14th Amendment when you have a pen and a phone? However, a federal judge quickly blocked this move, calling it blatantly unconstitutional. It's reassuring to know that some things still have limits. In addition, the administration has revoked guidance that prohibited immigration arrests in sensitive areas like schools, churches, and hospitals. Because nothing says land of the free like detaining people during a wedding or a child's first day of school. On the international front, Venezuela has agreed to accept deported migrants, following negotiations between U.S. envoy Richard Grenell and Venezuelan leader Nicolás Maduro. It's amazing what can be achieved when you dangle the right carrots, or perhaps sticks. This agreement includes Venezuela taking back members of the Tren de Aragua gang and providing transport for returning citizens. It's like a reverse cruise, but with less fun and more paperwork. Now, let's talk dollars and cents. The American Immigration Council estimates that deporting 1 million people annually over a decade would cost nearly $1 trillion. That's enough to build over 40,000 schools or 2.9 million homes. But who needs education or housing when you can have mass deportations? Beyond the direct costs, these actions could lead to significant economic losses, increased unemployment, and higher inflation. Studies suggest that such measures could reduce GDP growth by up to 7.4% by 2028. It's the economic equivalent of cutting off your nose to spite your face. Unsurprisingly, these moves have sparked widespread criticism. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker called the executive orders an overreach, and various local governments have signaled they won't assist in migrant raids, citing public safety and civil rights concerns. It's almost as if people value compassion and legality. Go figure. Even celebrities are weighing in. Selena Gomez posted a tearful video about the deportations, to which the White House responded with a video featuring mothers whose children were allegedly killed by undocumented individuals. Because when in doubt, deflect and distract. In conclusion, President Trump's latest executive orders represent a significant shift in U.S. immigration policy, with far-reaching implications. Whether you see them as necessary actions or drastic overreaches, one thing is clear: the debate over immigration is far from over. So, stay tuned, folks. The saga continues. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on all the latest political dramas. Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.